All right, listeners, get ready. We've got a deep dive coming up just for you.
Should be fun.
You guys sent in a ton of information about Isotone.
We have presentations, research summaries, even exercise guides. Isotone, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it's used for everything, like helping athletes train.
And aiding recovery in physical therapy.
Heck, even astronauts are using it. What is going on here?
It's wild.
Why all the buzz about Isotone?
The fascinating thing is how versatile this Isotone seems to be. It's like a Swiss Army knife?
A Swiss Army knife.
For health and fitness, you sent us stuff on everything.
Like what?
Cardiovascular health.
Yep.
Facial exercises, even using Isotone to fight viruses.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Let's back up for a second. Yeah. What is Isotone? Like, what's the elevator pitch?
Imagine like those squeeze ball hand exercisers.
Okay, I've seen those.
Yeah, but Isotone is way more advanced.
In what way?
It automatically adjusts the resistance.
Oh, really?
How much force you apply.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like you don't have to mess with any weights or settings.
So it's like a personalized workout.
Every single time, yep.
So even I could use this thing.
Exactly. And get this, it has 360-degree resistance.
What does that even mean?
So it works your muscles when you push and when you pull.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you get double the workout in the same time.
That's super efficient. I could definitely see why astronauts would want this.
For sure.
Okay, let's get into the specifics now. What health benefits are we talking about?
Well, let's start with heart health.
Cardiovascular disease.
Exactly. Your sources suggest that Isotone could help prevent heart disease.
Okay.
And even lessen the symptoms.
Really? Lessening heart disease symptoms. What's the science behind that?
So Isotone promotes resistance training.
Right.
Which we know strengthens the heart muscle and improves blood flow. A stronger heart pumps blood easier.
Right.
And that can combat hypertension.
Which is a major risk factor for heart disease.
Exactly.
So it's not like a magic cure.
Right.
It's more like a way to help your heart health.
Along with other healthy habits, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It gives your heart that extra support.
Support, I like that.
Yeah.
Now, what about diabetes?
Ah, yes.
Another big one.
There was a source about type 2 diabetes in Isotone.
Right, so the link there is weight management.
Okay.
And making it easier to exercise. We all know that's key.
You mean for preventing and managing type 2 diabetes?
Exactly. One source even mentioned this program, the Diabetes Prevention Program.
What was that about?
It showed how powerful lifestyle changes are, like for preventing diabetes.
Interesting.
And Isotone could be a tool to help people make those changes.
And stick with them.
Right.
So we're talking about preventing diabetes, not just managing it.
Potentially, yes.
That's a big deal.
Huge. And for people who already have diabetes,
yeah,
the sources suggest that Isotone could help there too.
How so?
Well, some of the exercises might improve insulin sensitivity in muscles.
Which helps regulate blood sugar.
That sounds promising. But is there anything about reversing diabetes?
One source talked about reversing pre-diabetes.
Pre-diabetes?
Yeah, so like the stage before full-blown type 2.
Gotcha.
And studies have shown that combining resistance training with aerobic exercise,
which you can do with Isotone,
right, can be effective in reversing prediabetes.
Okay, that's good to know. Seems like Isotone is a tool to help people
take control of their health.
Yeah, exactly. Be more proactive.
For sure.
Okay, what about osteoporosis?
That's a big one, especially as we get older.
Yeah, I always thought that was just something my grandparents had to worry about.
Well, it's becoming more common in younger people too.
Really?
Yeah. And your sources, they make some pretty big claims.
Like what?
About Isotone strengthening bones.
Wow.
And preventing fractures.
Seriously? How is that even possible?
Well, remember all that talk about weight-bearing exercise?
The stuff your doctor always tells you to do.
Exactly. That's crucial for bone health.
Okay.
It stimulates bone formation.
And Isotone provides that.
Isotone does both weight-bearing and resistance training.
So Isotone is like a sneaky way to get people to do the exercises they should be doing anyway.
You could say that.
I like it. But what about people who are already diagnosed with osteoporosis?
The sources suggest it could still be helpful.
For them too?
Yeah, for managing the symptoms and improving bone density.
That's encouraging. So it's never too late to,
take charge of your health.
Exactly. Speaking of taking charge, one of the sources linked Isotone to mental health.
Oh, interesting.
Like combating depression and anxiety.
I see.
And that seems like a stretch.
Literally.
Yeah.
It might seem counterintuitive, but exercise has mood-boosting effects.
Right.
Releases endorphins, lowers stress hormones. Some studies even say that exercise can be as effective as medication for mild to moderate depression and anxiety.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
So is the idea that Isotone makes it easier to fit in those mood-boosting workouts?
That's one aspect, yeah.
Okay.
But the sources also suggest that the resistance training aspect of Isotone could have unique benefits for mental well-being.
Oh, how so?
Well, think about it. Resistance training helps improve your body image.
It can, yeah.
It can boost your self-confidence and even create a sense of accomplishment.
Which can all make you feel more positive mentally.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Feeling good about yourself physically can definitely make you feel better mentally.
It's a positive feedback loop.
It really is. But can we really say Isotone can reverse serious mental health conditions?
Well, we need more research there.
Okay.
But the sources do point to some evidence that consistent exercise can lead to big improvements in mental health and emotional balance.
So Isotone is not a replacement for professional help.
Right.
But it could be a good addition.
Absolutely. It's another tool in the toolbox.
I like that. Working alongside therapy and medication to support people.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to another common issue.
What's that?
Chronic pain.
Ah, yes. A lot of people struggle with that.
I know so many people who do. And the sources seem to think Isotone could help.
Both prevent and manage chronic pain, yeah.
Okay, I'm all ears. How does Isotone help with pain?
So the sources highlight two main things.
Okay.
First, Isotone improves muscle function.
Okay.
And joint mobility. And that can help prevent pain conditions from even starting.
It's like,
strengthening the foundation of a house.
to make it withstand storms.
Exactly. A stronger, more resilient body.
Love that.
Yeah.
What's the second thing?
For people already dealing with chronic pain,
Yeah.
Isotone can be useful in physical therapy. Helps address those underlying issues.
And improve function.
Right, which can then lead to pain reduction.
So it prevents pain and manages existing pain.
A two-pronged approach.
I like it. What specific pain conditions are we talking about here?
Honestly, a whole range. Back pain, neck pain, arthritis,
Wow.
even fibromyalgia. The point is,
Yeah.
Isotone doesn't just mask the pain. It tries to address the root causes.
That's really impressive. But does it actually reduce pain levels
Yeah.
or just improve strength and mobility?
The sources cite some studies that show resistance training,
Which you do with Isotone.
right, can significantly reduce chronic pain
Really?
and improve quality of life.
That's great. So it's not about eliminating pain overnight,
Right.
but about helping people regain control.
And live more fully.
That's a powerful message. Let's switch gears a bit now.
To what?
Respiratory diseases,
Okay.
specifically COPD.
I see.
One of the sources mentions Isotone for breathing issues.
Interesting.
I'm really curious about that.
So it has to do with breathing exercises
Okay,
and strengthening the respiratory muscles.
right, like any other muscle.
Exactly. The more you work it, the stronger it gets.
So how does Isotone fit into all of this?
Well, the sources suggest using Isotone for
Yeah.
resistance exercises that target those respiratory muscles.
Are there special exercises? Or can you adapt regular exercises?
Both, actually. There are Isotone exercises just for the respiratory muscles,
Okay.
but you can also modify traditional exercises.
So focus on breathing.
Right.
So it's about being mindful of your breath
Yes.
and using Isotone to add some resistance.
Exactly.
Can this really help someone with COPD?
We need more research.
Of course.
But there is some promising evidence
Oh.
suggesting that Isotone could improve lung function and make breathing easier for people with COPD.
That's incredible. It's amazing how such a simple device can do so much.
It is.
Speaking of doing so much, one of the sources mentioned Isotone in relation to cancer.
Cancer.
Yeah. I have to admit, that one caught me off guard.
It's definitely attention grabbing.
For sure.
Hmm.
But when you look closer at the source,
Mm-hmm.
it's not about Isotone curing cancer.
Okay.
It's about supporting people with cancer.
I see.
So what kind of support are we talking about here?
The source focuses on two main things.
Okay.
First, exercise and a healthy lifestyle.
Right, to reduce the risk of certain cancers.
Exactly. And Isotone can help people exercise more.
So it's about prevention through lifestyle changes.
Exactly.
Was the second thing.
Isotone's potential role in helping people during cancer treatment.
Okay.
Like chemo and radiation can really take a toll on your body.
Yeah, for sure.
And Isotone's gentle resistance exercises
Mhm.
might help with some of those side effects.
So maintaining strength and energy during treatment.
Exactly. Which can make a big difference.
It really can. But does the source say Isotone can help with remission or recovery?
Well, it doesn't make any definite claims.
Right.
But it does point to some evidence
Oh.
that lifestyle changes, like exercise,
Yeah.
could improve cancer survival rates. It's still early.
Okay.
But there's definitely a lot of interest in this area.
It's amazing to think that exercise could play such a big role in fighting cancer.
It is.
It shows how connected our minds and bodies really are.
For sure.
Let's move on to another health concern.
What's that?
Hypertension.
High blood pressure.
Right. And your sources are pretty confident about isotone's potential there.
Yeah, both for preventing and managing hypertension.
Well, given what we talked about with heart health, that makes sense.
Absolutely. Being active is key for healthy blood pressure.
And isotone makes it easier to fit in those workouts.
It does. But the source goes a bit deeper than that.
How so?
It explains that isotone's resistance training strengthens vascular health and reduces arterial stiffness.
Meaning?
Your blood vessels become more flexible and better at transporting blood, leading to lower blood pressure.
It's incredible how something so simple can have such a big impact.
It is pretty amazing.
Okay, let's talk about arthritis now.
Arthritis, all right. Another common one, especially as we age.
It is. And your sources suggest isotone could help there too.
Prevent and manage arthritis, yeah.
This one hits close to home for me. I've seen how bad it can be.
Yeah, it can be debilitating.
So I'm definitely curious about this. What do the sources say?
Well, they talk about maintaining joint flexibility.
Okay.
And muscle strength, which are both compromised with arthritis.
Right.
And, the Arthritis Foundation.
Yeah.
They actually recommend resistance training to prevent arthritis.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And that's exactly what isotone offers.
So using isotone can help people avoid getting arthritis in the first place.
That's the idea.
But what about people who already have arthritis?
Right. Well, the sources say that isotone can reduce symptoms.
Okay.
And improve joint function.
Interesting. How?
So the exercises, they strengthen the muscles around the joints.
Providing better support.
And reducing pain.
It's like giving your joints a helping hand.
Exactly. To move more freely.
That gives me hope. It's not just accepting a life of pain and stiffness.
Right. It's about taking back your mobility and improving your quality of life.
That's great.
There's even some evidence that early intervention with isotone could slow down or even reverse arthritis in some cases.
Wow, really?
It's still early, but it's promising.
So isotone can help people take control of their joint health and age more gracefully.
Exactly.
Okay, this is all really interesting, but let's talk about some of the more unconventional uses of isotone now.
Unconventional?
Yeah, the stuff that pushes the boundaries of what we think of as fitness.
All right, I like where this is going.
Like isotone for facial exercises, combating virus infections, even using it in outer space.
Let's dive in. Let's start with the space one. Isotone in space.
Yeah, astronauts using it to combat muscle and bone loss.
Or from those long space flights.
I remember reading about that. It's crazy to think that, like...
Without gravity.
Yeah, even simple tasks become a workout. How does isotone even work up there?
Well, you can't use normal exercise equipment in space.
I guess that makes sense.
It's either useless or dangerous. Imagine trying to lift a weight that weighs nothing.
Yeah, good point.
But isotone uses hydraulic resistance, not gravity.
Oh, interesting.
So it provides a consistent challenge, no matter the gravity.
So it's like a portable gym for space.
Pretty much.
That's amazing. Okay, let's come back down to Earth now. Literally.
All right.
What about using isotone to fight viruses?
Ah, yes. This is where it gets interesting.
It does sound pretty wild.
So the idea is to use isotone to raise your body temperature.
Through exercise.
Right. To make it harder for viruses to replicate.
Wait, are we talking about intentionally giving yourself a fever?
Well, not exactly. The source explains that viruses, they're very sensitive to temperature.
Okay.
Even a small increase can slow down how fast they multiply.
But wouldn't that mean working out when you're sick?
No. It's all about timing.
Okay.
You don't want to exercise when you're feeling really bad.
Right.
The idea is to use isotone when you first start feeling sick.
So like the first sign of a cold?
Exactly. Those chills, body aches.
Okay, so you're giving your immune system a boost right when it needs it.
That's the idea.
But this isn't replacing actual medical treatment, right?
Absolutely not. It's more like something extra you can do to help your body fight back.
Got it. Okay, this next one is for my vain side. Isotone for facial exercises.
Uh-huh. All right.
Is this going to make me look 10 years younger?
Well, maybe not 10 years.
Oh, man.
But the source does say it could have some anti-aging benefits.
Okay, tell me everything.
So by exercising the muscles in your face, you can improve blood flow, tone the skin, and maybe even reduce wrinkles.
It's like a facelift without surgery.
You could say that.
That sounds amazing. But is there any science behind this?
We need more research for sure.
Yeah.
But we know that facial muscles, they're like any other muscle. They can benefit from exercise.
So stronger facial muscles could lead to a younger look.
Potentially, yeah. It's not just about wrinkles.
It's about overall muscle tone.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, enough about vanity. Let's talk about something more practical. Cramps.
Cramps, all right.
I get those awful leg cramps at night. Can Isotone help with that?
The source mentions using Isotone for a quick massage on the area that's cramping.
Wait, Isotone can be used for massage?
Yep. It's designed to be multifunctional.
Wow.
So for cramps, the massage helps to relax the muscle.
Okay.
Improves blood flow and stops that painful spasm.
And I could use it anywhere, right?
Yeah, because it's so portable. At the gym, in bed, on a plane.
It's like having a portable massage therapist. That's awesome. Speaking of planes.
Long flights.
Yeah, another source talked about using Isotone on flights.
To combat those health risks from sitting too long.
Oh, yeah, like deep vein thrombosis. That always worries me.
Right. Well, using Isotone during the flight can keep your blood flowing and reduce the risk of blood clots.
So instead of getting up and doing awkward stretches in the aisle, I can just use Isotone in my seat.
Much more discreet.
I like it.
Yeah.
And it could help with jet lag too, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, this is getting crazy now. One source even mentioned Isotone as a survival tool.
A survival tool?
For extreme cold.
Wow, okay.
I'm picturing someone lost in a blizzard, using their Isotone to stay warm.
It's not that far-fetched, actually.
Wow.
So Isotone can generate heat through exercise. And if you're stuck in freezing temperatures, using Isotone could help warm you up and prevent hypothermia.
So it's like a tiny portable heater.
You'd think of it that way.
But wouldn't you need to do a ton of Isotone reps to make a difference?
Well, it's not a replacement for warm clothes and shelter.
Right.
But it could be a useful tool, especially if you combine it with other things.
How's layering up and finding shelter?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's like an extra layer of protection, literally.
Right.
I'm seeing a theme here. Isotone is all about being adaptable, resilient, and taking control no matter what.
I like that.
But let's talk about something a little less extreme now. Massage.
Massage, okay.
I saw a source about Isotone as a massage tool. Is that for real?
Oh yeah, for real. The design of Isotone, it lets it be both an exercise tool and a massage device. So you can work out with it and then use it to massage your sore muscles.
Exactly. 2 in 1.
But how good is it as a massage tool?
The source claims it can enhance both therapeutic and fitness massage.
Interesting.
And the heat from the workout can make the massage even more effective.
So I can work out and then give myself a massage all with the same device?
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Are there any specific massage techniques mentioned?
The source mentioned using Isotone on different parts of the body. Arms, legs, back, even the abdomen.
The abdomen?
Yeah, they say abdominal massage can help with digestion, reduce bloating, and improve circulation.
I probably want to do some more research before trying that one.
It's always good to be cautious.
For sure. Now, this part really surprised me. The source also mentions massage for stronger bones.
Yeah, and reducing fracture risk.
A massage for stronger bones. How does that even work?
It's a new area of research.
Okay.
But scientists think the stimulation from massage can help with bone health by increasing blood flow and affecting bone density. So it's like giving your bones a workout.
Sort of.
That's amazing. Seems like there's so much we're still learning about Isotone.
We're just scratching the surface.
And speaking of scratching the surface, we have some even more specialized applications, like Isotone for Parkinson's disease.
Parkinson's? Wow.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that.
What does the source say?
It outlines an exercise plan, specifically for people with Parkinson's.
Okay.
To improve balance, coordination, strength, flexibility.
All the areas affected by Parkinson's.
Right, so it's a tailored fitness program using Isotone.
Exactly. The exercises use Isotone's resistance to provide a really targeted workout.
It even addresses things like tremors and rigidity.
And those gait changes you see in Parkinson's.
Yeah. It's really inspiring to see how Isotone can help people with such a difficult condition.
It is. It shows how this technology can go beyond general fitness.
And help with specific health needs.
Absolutely. Speaking of specific needs, there's also a source on Isotone for vestibular function.
Okay, you lost me there. What's vestibular function?
It's basically your sense of balance.
Yeah.
and spatial orientation.
Okay.
It's controlled by a system in your inner ear. And as we age, that system can decline,
leading to
dizziness, falls, difficulty moving.
Oh, so that's why older people are more prone to falls.
Exactly.
But how can Isotone help with that?
The source suggests using Isotone exercises to strengthen the muscles involved in balance and stimulate the vestibular system. It's like a workout for your inner ear.
That's wild. It's not just about physical strength.
Right. It's about training your balance, too.
A holistic approach to aging.
Got
I like it. Okay, before we go too far into the future, let's go back to the basics of movement.
All right.
There is a source about Isotone and something called motor neural network training.
Ah, yes. That's fascinating stuff.
What is it?
So it's about how your brain controls movement.
Okay.
Motor neural networks are the pathways in your brain that make movement happen.
It's like the wiring that connects your brain to your muscles.
Exactly. And that wiring can get messed up.
Mom.
Aging, injuries, lack of use.
Gotcha.
And the source says Isotone can be used for a specific type of exercise.
What kind?
It's designed to improve those motor neural networks.
Make them work better.
Right.
Interesting. What does the exercise involve?
Squeezing and expanding the Isotone slowly.
Okay.
Over a set time. Focusing on being smooth and controlled.
Got it. And what's the benefit of that?
Smoother movements, reduced tremors, even better dexterity.
Wow. So it's about refining the connection between your brain and your muscles.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Okay, let's move on to something a little more fun. Water workouts.
Aquatic resistance training.
Yeah, those are always so refreshing. How does Isotone work in the water?
Well, traditional water resistance training just uses the water's resistance, which can be limiting. But Isotone, it provides adjustable resistance.
So you can make it harder.
Exactly. For a more targeted and challenging workout.
It's like having a gym in the pool.
Aha, right.
But wouldn't Isotone get ruined in the water?
Nope. It's waterproof.
Oh, nice.
You can use it in the pool, lake, ocean.
So many possibilities.
Yeah.
Okay, what about HIIT workouts?
High-intensity interval training.
Yeah, can you use Isotone for that?
Absolutely. The source suggests using it to make HIIT workouts even more intense.
I can see how that would work.
Yeah.
HIIT is all about those short bursts of effort.
Right, and Isotone lets you adjust the resistance quickly.
So you can make those bursts even harder.
Exactly.
And because it's so portable, you could even do HIIT workouts outdoors.
At the park, on a hiking trail.
I like it. Okay, this one sounds like an adventure. Off-the-grid training.
Off-the-grid training.
Yeah, what is that?
So it's basically using Isotone in remote places where you don't have gyms.
Okay.
Hikers, campers, people who like exploring the wilderness.
It makes sense. Isotone is perfect for that.
Portable and versatile.
It's like a pocket-sized gym you can take anywhere. Okay, let's talk about tracking progress. One of the sources mentioned, Isotone can measure your workouts.
Yeah, it has a built-in effort gauge.
An effort gauge.
It lets you see how hard you're working.
In real time.
Right, like having a personal trainer.
Giving you feedback.
And helping you adjust.
So you can see how much you're improving.
Exactly. It's a great motivator.
Can it track other things? Like calories burned?
The source mentions that as a possibility.
Really?
Imagine seeing exactly how many calories you're burning.
That would be amazing.
Especially for people trying to manage their weight.
It's like having a fitness tracker built into Isotone. That's so cool.
It is pretty cool.
But speaking of possibilities, one source mentioned using Isotone for,
For what?
Acoustic cardiogram testing?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
It's pretty new. It uses sound waves to check your heart.
Oh?
It's non-invasive.
So like an alternative to an EKG?
Exactly. And potentially a lot easier for people to access.
So where does Isotone come in?
The source suggests that the vibrations from Isotone during exercise could be used to gather information about your heart.
So you're working out.
And getting real-time feedback on your heart health.
Wow. It's like your workout becomes a diagnostic tool.
Pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about something a little more down to earth now. Motivation.
Motivation. Okay.
How do we stay motivated to use Isotone?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
One source had some good advice.
Yeah.
Set realistic goals.
Okay.
Track your progress. Find a workout buddy.
Those are all good tips.
They are.
But honestly, I think the most important thing is finding something you enjoy.
For sure. If you don't like it, you won't do it.
Exactly.
And the source actually talks about that too.
It does.
It encourages people to try different Isotone exercises.
Okay.
And see what they like best.
Makes sense.
And even try using Isotone while doing things they already enjoy.
Like what?
Watching TV, listening to music.
So you're not making big changes.
Right. You're just fitting it into your life.
Making it more natural.
Exactly. And speaking of natural, have you heard of stealth fitness?
Stealth fitness, what's that?
It's basically sneaking in exercise throughout the day.
Like without anyone knowing.
Pretty much. And Isotone is great for that.
Because you can use it anywhere.
Exactly. Waiting in line, sitting at your desk.
You're turning downtime into exercise time.
Exactly. No more excuses.
I love that. You're exercising without even realizing it.
Pretty much. And the best part is...
What?
You don't have to change your whole life.
Just make little tweaks here and there.
And over time, those add up.
It's about making movement a habit, a part of your everyday life.
I like that.
Me too. And I think that's a perfect note to end on.
It is.
Isotone isn't just a device.
It's more than that.
It's something that can change how we think about health and fitness.
Absolutely.
It gives us control in a way that's personal, accessible, and sustainable.
I agree.
And who knows what the future holds?
Who knows?
There are so many possibilities with Isotone.
Endless possibilities.
It's an exciting time to be into fitness and wellness. And Isotone is leading the way.
It really is.
So listener, we encourage you to keep exploring.
Keep learning.
See how Isotone can change your health journey.
It all starts with that first step, or that first squeeze.
Good one. Until next time, everyone, stay curious, stay active, and keep exploring.